Okay, I came back. Variation models. This is the last section of the packet of Unit 6. So variation is a special relationship between variables, right? We have three types of variation. I would say maybe four, but this I will show you the ones that we are working on it. Direct variation is very simple. It's y is directly proportional to x. So y is directly proportional to x. K, as you can see here, is we call the constant of variation, right? That is what K represents. Joint variation is easy to recognize because we have three variables. Y is varies jointly as X and Z. So K times X times Z. Inverse variation is Y is inversely proportional to X. So we say that Y is equal to K over X. Let me clean that. K over X. Okay. So if we have to identify equations based on these three different variations, this should be, yes, that should be this 2 is the constant of variation, and this is direct one, right? Number 2, the x is in the bottom, and the only ones that we have is inversely proportional, right? This is what you have to think when the word show on the problem. This will be a lot of word problems, and the hint is this word: directly, inversely, right? Directly, inversely, jointly. All those words will show up on the word problems, and is what you have to pay attention, right? So when it's directly, is a multiplication, right? You multiply the constant of variation times x. When it's jointly, you have two variables, x and z. And when it's inversely, is division, right? The x is in the bottom. So this, of course, is inverse. Right? The number 3, right away you see the three variables. They will be a joint variation. Okay, this one we have to solve for y. So we divide it by 3. That means that this will be y equal 1/3 x. And what is this one? We have a constant of variation times the x. Of course, is the direct variation. Okay, so that is the way that we identify those equations. So next one, we have the x and y. We have to solve for y. So we divide by x, and we end up with y equal 36 over x. And of course, what did I say? If the x is in the denominator, we have, yes, this is inverse, right? Think about it. Inverse variation. The next one, this we have to multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 4 over 3 is, somebody, 3 over 4. Yes, right? So 3 over 4. This is 1. So we have y equal 3 over 4 x times z. And we see right away the three variables, and we know that is joint. This one, we have to multiply by x, move it to the other side. So we end up with y equal 2/5 x. The 2/5 is the constant of variation and is the multiplication, so we have a direct variation, right? And this one, always, not always will be y, x, z, will be a different three variables. You have three variables, and I divide it by 2, right? So this will be a equal 1/2 b times h. So this formula, I hope you remember from geometry, is the formula, the area of the triangles. So, and we have three variables, so should be the joint, right? Okay, always remember that not always you have the x, y, and z as the variables, right? So let's work on the next the problems. Direct variation, right? So, like I mentioned before, if y is directly proportional, that is the word that you are looking for, directly. So this means that will be y equal k times x. Most of the problem that they are going to ask you to find the constant of variation first, and then they are going to ask you for the x or the y, right? So, okay, so here I put the formula for the direct variation, and we have to look for, the problem say if y is directly proportional to x and y is equal to 28 when x is 7, find x when y is 52. Okay, the first thing that we have to find always is the constant of variation. This is our goal first, right? Without looking, having the constant of variation, we can't continue. So the information that we have, they say that y is 28 and x is 7. So to find the k, I divided by 7. So k will be 4, right? So now I rewrite the formula, but with the constant of variation that I found, right, for x. And I say, okay, find x when y is 52. Okay, I have to find x. This is my goal now. I have to find x. So means that I will divide it by 4. I have to isolate x. So x will be y is 52 and divided by 4. So my x will be 52 divided by 4 will be 13. Okay. So you will do next one. I will not complete this one. It's the same idea, but be careful. I changed my mind. I will do it with you. So r is directly proportional to the square of s and r, right? So be careful this. R is directly proportional. So R now take the place of the Y, right? R is directly proportional to the square of S, right? So this will be K, that K always is there, and the square of S squared, right? So, okay, they give us, sorry. Okay, this happened. I need to turn off the tablet. Okay, so we have to look for K, and we have R, and we have S. Okay, so let's do that. We have R is 72, K is what are we looking for, S is 12 squared. So this will be 72 equal K times 144. 12 squared is 144. So we divide it by 144, both sides. Right, and we end up with the constant of variation equal to 1/2. So K will be 1/2. So now I rewrite the equation, right? R equal 1/2 times S squared, and I will looking for R, right, when S is equal to 8. So R 1/2 A squared. So 1/2 times 64. 64 divided by 2, my R will be 32, right?